Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, where the dad of St. Augustine, me, Mike Davis, will try to keep these kids in line tonight while we have an amazing show. I've already had to tell them they've got to be quiet in the back seat, so we're working on this. I want to thank Blake. I want to thank Amanda and everyone in the studio that came up with an idea to get this show rolling. It seems like somebody somewhere along today may or may not have broken a camera in the studio. Wasn't us, because we just got here. And however, I'm just simply trolling. So I'm just trolling right now.
Remember, you're sitting in a room with a guy who was in the room when you unplugged something and killed a radio station for 4 days.
In my defense,
killed an entire radio station for 4 days.
In my defense, it was attached to a surge protector. So I don't know how old the surge protector was, but in my defense, it was attached to a surge protector. So just saying.
An entire station for 4 days.
Just saying. I needed a break. I just needed a break.
You gave us all a break.
I just needed a break. Oh man, I love it when you are posting to the wrong place. So yeah.
I do it all the time.
Well, somehow I managed to share to the place I didn't want to share to, and now it's shared out there into that place. But I'll fix it. We'll come up with it. It'll all be okay. Can you unshare, Blake? Is it possible to unshare?
No.
I
mean, you
can delete it.
You can delete the post, but
you can pull it back from your OnlyFans and put it on your
You can overshare.
It wasn't that one. It wasn't that.
What would be on a Mike Davis OnlyFans? That's my question.
Khakis. Khakis.
Here's what socks I'm wearing today.
Do you know how much money I made off those socks? Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Let's make some money. Let's get some ads done. Epic, for over 50 years, they've been a beacon of hope in our community, providing compassionate care for those touched by substance use or mental health disorders. Whether you're a kid, teen, adult, couple, or family, Epic is here to lend a helping hand. With a range of programs tailored to meet diverse needs, Epic offers accessible solutions for everyone. From their walk-in access center to their mobile response team, from inpatient detoxification to outpatient counseling, Epic provides comprehensive care every step of the way. Their services include psychiatric evaluations, medication management, medication-assisted treatment, care coordination, peer support, suicide prevention training, parenting education, and much, much more. Give them a call. Epic, for 50 years, they've been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County.
All right, I don't have my own camera, so you're going to be on camera while I do this.
So don't make the faces at you that I normally do?
That you normally do. Yeah, exactly.
Be a Godzilla.
It's going to be great, guys. Opening their doors in 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in times of trouble and hardships. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey. They pride themselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help their clients meet their insurance needs. They truly enjoy the relationships that they have forged with you, St. Augustine. So for all of your insurance needs, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency. Hey, St. Augustine homeowners and business owners, have you been thinking about giving your property a refresh? Let me tell you about Cleansing Power LLC. They're a one-stop shop for all of your exterior cleaning needs and more. They do it all, from pressure washing and soft washing to keep your home looking spotless, to paver sealing that protects your investment. Got dirty windows? They'll handle those too. Whether you're a homeowner trying to boost your curb appeal or a business owner looking to keep your storefront sharp, Cleansing Power LLC has you covered. They take on both residential and commercial projects, big or small. But wait, there's more. If you're looking for a complete transformation, Cleansing Power LLC offers interior and exterior painting services as well. Don't take my word for it. Check out their 5-star reviews on Google. And while you're at it, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for cleaning tips and inspiration. Ready to make your property shine again? Give Cleansing Power LLC a call today, 904-687-8236, or shoot them an email at cleansingpowerllc@gmail.com to schedule your free estimate today. Cleansing Power LLC, renew your property with Cleansing Power. Back to you.
All right, Land Title of America, whether you realize it or not, when you refinance the sale or purchase of a home, there's a title company involved. Don't get stuck with some out-of-town title company who doesn't give a crap when you're faced with challenges. Stay local. Choose Land Title of America. Just call or text Stephen Collins, 904-501-4481. He specializes in all types of real estate transactions. Land Title, your local title company, ensuring America's land one title at a time because
They give a crap.
Yay.
best read we do all week long. It's the best read we do all week long. Also, coming up, because they're an amazing organization, we have Horseplay Therapy Center. They have a fundraiser. You can contact them. Amanda's going to pull it up and put it in the comments. That fundraiser is in a week and a half. It's on November the 19th. It's Horseplay Therapy Night Under the Stars. And I believe it's at the Tringali Barn. So you guys definitely want to be a part of this. They're a great organization. We'll get you some more information. Probably have somebody from Horseplay on next week.
Nice.
Maybe even on Tuesday. Because if you're going to do Horseplay, Davey better be in here.
No.
What?
Scare
If
away.
you're just horsing around, why do you got to go there? Why? Why do you have to go there all the time?
Don't Google horseplay, Mike Davis.
Well, the scary thing is that tells me that you have. So now I'm really nervous for you.
I've just heard one too many stories.
All right. First of all, Blake, thank
No
you
one wants those
again.
cookies.
Thank you again for getting us set up so we could do the show today.
You're welcome.
Does anybody want to rat out the person that broke the camera from the morning show or the afternoon show?
Mm-hmm.
It is the most watched show. Does anybody want to rat
You
out the
weren't
person?
fine in the mornings.
Oh, so we have one show to watch to see who
I
broke it.
may or may not have had a conversation with the great and powerful Pete Melfi, and he said he would take full responsibility for touching the cameras. But, I mean, things happen.
Pete?
They're his cameras.
Yeah, there is cameras.
Yes, there is
If anybody can put their hands on them, it's Pete. It's kind of legal. The rest of us, keep your hands off Pete's cameras.
Well, him touching it made us all have to touch all of the cameras.
Pete, I didn't touch any of them. I didn't touch a one, Pete.
We know
I've been
better.
told
We
after I unplugged the thing at the old radio station, I'm not allowed to touch
Mike
a
was
thing.
over here giving great advice about the flux capacitor
Yes.
and gigawatts. And
Well, I had us up to warp 7,
Yep.
and then Blake said we had to slow down. So, okay.
the lightning storm.
Yes.
We
All right.
almost went plaid.
The transfigmometer was given a little bit of problem. I kicked it one time. It was fine after that. All right. So we do have Lenny has a sanity question to start the show. It deals with someone that we're not allowed to speak their name in the studio when someone else is
I don't
here.
even care.
So you had a Matt Gaetz sanity question. Do you remember what it was before the show?
Yeah, I think, I was surprised that he resigned from the Congress
Mm-hmm.
before his appointment was approved. It was just announced.
Yes.
And well, it's sanity on both parts. I think because they're about to announce the results of the ethics investigation, he resigned so that it's not, well, theoretically applicable anymore, though it's Washington. So the fact that it will probably sneak out at some point will be interesting. But I think he may have done that to avoid that becoming public information.
So let me just put this out there. Matt Gaetz is not well liked by establishment Republicans in Washington, D.C. So if they had the goods on him, they would have leaked it during the election because they didn't want him coming back.
Right.
Yep.
So they didn't have the goods on him. Therefore, it wasn't leaked. Washington, D.C. is great for leaking if you don't like somebody.
Right.
Just ask Donald Trump during his first administration. So when I look at that, my distrust of D.C. tells me, well, they had the goods on him. They would have already leaked it. So
Okay.
don't be disappointed if there's no there
No. So
when
then,
it comes out.
So then what's the logic of him resigning now?
Oh, this is a great one. You touched on it a little bit in the rest of your explanation. So DeSantis could say, I'm going to appoint Gaetz to finish out Rubio's term in the Senate
If he doesn't get...
if he doesn't get it.
Right.
Now, as a senator, you don't like Matt Gaetz, right? So you either vote for him for AG or you get him in the Senate.
Ooh.
He's not going to.
See, yeah, I mean, and it's interesting because
DeSantis is smarter than that.
I'm just saying that.
DeSantis
I'm
is
just saying
smarter
it's a
than that.
I think
it's a
DeSantis wants
rumor
the
that's
Senate
out
seat.
there. I'm not saying I believe the rumor. I'm just telling you the rumor.
No, that's plausible as well. My conjecture is that DeSantis is, he's out in 26. His term expires.
Mm-hmm.
Can't run again.
Yes.
So he's got aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to stay relevant because
Yep.
if he's out for 2 years, people forget who he is, unless he goes marching around in his white boots, and that'll remind people. But the point is, if he puts a placeholder, the way they did in California when Feinstein
Dianne
passed away.
Feinstein.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They put somebody who's going to take the last 2 years of Marco's term
Yep.
and agree not to run for the seat when it comes up again.
Last 3 years.
Okay. Then DeSantis can then run for that seat when that person chooses not to run, and he's opened their own path for himself to run for Senate.
He could also resign now and run. I don't think he has to resign because governors don't have to resign.
Everybody else does.
Everybody else does, but not the governor, because we changed that so he could run for
He
president.
changed that, right?
We changed it. And we'll change it back and forth again depending on who's in the legislature. It's just politics. I mean, I don't know why everybody gets upset. It's the way politics are run today.
Right, but there's no integrity in it. That's the only problem.
Did you not hear me say the word politics?
There you go.
Can you can't spell integrity with the word politics. So when you are expecting that, that's an unrealistic expectation.
Well, there were some politicians that did try to have a moral compass.
When?
It was 2009, and
I thought you were going to tell me it's 2,000 years ago.
2009.
right, yeah.
BC?
No.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr.
Then they
Blevins.
just stab you.
2009.
Nobody.
Who are you referring to?
Me.
Nobody.
2009. Okay, yeah. You were in New York.
Correct.
Okay.
How much was the Teamsters paying you? I'm just kidding, Lenny. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Not nearly
kidding.
enough.
Not nearly enough.
I had to get
All
him in
right.
the safe deposit box. Just kidding, people.
Did you have the Teamsters head guy's phone number in your phone?
No, but the head of the CSEA
Yeah.
and the PBA and the UFA.
PBA, is that the professional bowling?
Exactly.
So, for the record, I went back and looked at the book of bets. You guys were right, Lenny and Troy, on picking the winner of the Electoral College. You guys hedged your bet. You picked Trump in the electoral, and you picked the Vice President Harris for the popular vote. I think Blake picked her to do both. Hey, it just shows how invested you were. And I appreciate that.
MAGA hat tonight.
No, he's not wearing his MAGA hat tonight. Now, Amanda and I correctly picked the winner of the Electoral College and the popular vote, which I know you guys all thought we were crazy.
No, I didn't. And I said with Virginia. As soon as I saw the Virginia numbers being within 1%, I was like, it's
Bedtime.
It's a blowout.
And I do owe you lunch. Vice President Harris won New York, but I had to take the bet. Because if Trump had won that, you'd have constantly called me and said, New York's calling. And I just didn't want to deal with that. So, yes, just didn't want to do. I know what I would have done to you had it been reversed. I know you would have done the same thing to me. So,
I think I'm down to 5.
All right. Has everybody calmed down from a week ago? Is everybody okay? Their therapist has calmed them down? Are we good? Blake, I'm starting with you.
The next person.
It's still not there. We'll try and work through the conversation
Yes.
and see if he gets there.
Let's see if he gets there or not. Too soon. Troy, are you okay with where we're at?
Well, Jill Stein, who I voted for,
Yes.
finished exactly where I thought she was going to finish. Actually, everybody finished where I thought they were going to finish.
Yes.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with, like I said, I never had a problem with Trump's policies when he was president. I had a problem with Trump, the person. And I would have struggled if Florida was in play.
Yeah.
Like I did before. I would have struggled. You know the pain I went through when I voted for him the last couple times.
I'm aware.
So if Florida was in play, I would have struggled.
I still think of all the people in this room, you have the best chance of getting a nomination to a Trump cabinet. But I can hear Donald Trump now. Troy Blevins, he's an amazing entrepreneur. When he goes big, he's so successful. But when he goes bad, it's epic.
It's really bad.
It's epic. It's really bad. It might be some of the worst decisions ever might be Troy's. But he constantly is working hard by opening a new
The
business.
tweet he put out this week, I shouldn't even have a job.
You shouldn't have a job. No.
Sleepy-eyed Troy Blevins.
Sleepy-eyed Troy Blevins. Okay.
Poor sleepy-eyed.
Lenny, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I figure this is not going to affect me individually. My concern is for the institution of America, and will play out as we go forward. So
It survived Jimmy Carter. It'll be okay.
we survived W.
Yeah.
and Trump won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm excited about the local appointments that we have and the connections that we have with those locals, because I think it gives us a bigger voice in Florida than we've ever had.
Absolutely, yes.
So, Mike Walls and Susie Wiles and even Rubio. His brother lives in Jacksonville, so
Yeah.
there's a big connection with Northeast Florida, which is, I think really big for our area.
All right, Blake, would you like to say no comment one more time?
It was. I am fine. I'm just playing it up for Mike and Amanda audience. I'm doing okay. I mean, look,
He pulled out his cuddle blanket for the first time.
Was it comfortable?
Serenity now.
Another reason why I want to move out of the house. Damn.
He pulled it from the fire. You weren't
Everybody
looking.
needs a binky. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right, buddy.
Actually, never had one. I'm busted on
Your
it.
dad-
Hey! I had dogs, okay? I had great dogs that I can hug every time I was stressed, okay?
Yeah.
But now guess what? I can barely hold my cat because otherwise I'll squish her to death.
Yeah.
I don't want a big dog to hug, Amanda. I'm in pain.
You can come to my house. I have 2 Great Danes.
And they're very
Come
huggable.
snuggle my Great Danes. They would love it. Especially Maggie. She loves snuggles.
Your dad's whoopee? It's a bottle of bourbon.
That's my binky.
That's his binky.
That might be the only time. I actually genuinely thought about drinking after seeing the results.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did that once too.
I did do a shot on election night with a candidate that ran that didn't do so well. That was at trivia. So
Okay.
I know.
but I thanked him for running, and we did a shot together.
And he did apparently better than expectations.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered, but he did very well.
You can't be a Democrat and expect.
Well,
in the county.
fair
You
enough.
just can't.
No. Okay. One of the things that's been revealed, Vice President Harris's campaign raised over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Amazing number. They're in debt. They're $20 million or more in debt. And some of the numbers have come out on what they spent money on. So apparently they gave Oprah Winfrey's company $500,000 twice, her production company. Now, she supposedly gave them $1 million. I don't know why she just didn't comp the whole thing and say, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I guess Lizzo, Eminem, Al Sharpton on
Yeah.
MSNBC got money. I mean,
Al
of cour-
Sharpton only got $500,000. Oprah got $1 million. Al Sharpton only got $500,000.
but hang on, you could get 2 M&Ms for 1 Lizzo. Just saying.
Are we talking pound for pound?
He got
Maybe
paid
she was
half of
paying
what
by the
Lizzo
pound.
got paid.
Eminem got paid half what Lizzo?
Yes, Eminem got paid half of what Lizzo got
That
paid.
didn't happen in the concert world.
No, I'm just saying. That's
That's the
so
only time that's happened.
I'm shocked by this,
Beyonce
right?
got $10 million. $10 million for Beyonce.
She didn't even sing.
She didn't sing.
No, she didn't even sing.
Even Jon Stewart made a joke about that.
Look, I have always been amazed at how the celebrities love the left. There's a few on the right as well. But if they're charging to be in these campaigns, I mean, there's no love of that. That's just flat out cold money and cynicism.
Yeah.
And if you think everybody should pay you when you show up, I don't want you as my friend. Blake Blevins will come see me and I never pay him anything.
I'm not getting paid.
Wait a second. Free? Right.
So we talked about how she didn't go on Joe Rogan, but she did go on to the Call Me Daddy and podcast. Turns out she didn't fly to the Call Me Daddy podcast. She spent $100,000 to replicate the Call Me Daddy podcast set in her area so she wouldn't have to fly to LA. So one of my criticisms against her not going on Joe Rogan was that she did go to LA for Call Me Daddy, but evidently she didn't. And she spent $100,000 to replicate that IKEA looking set in the
I was gonna
DC
say,
area.
Where's the 100,000 there?
It's an IKEA looking set. Like, I don't even know how.
I just don't see
Hey,
it.
remember the Teamsters?
Right.
Lenny's friends.
Lenny's
Lenny's
friends,
friends.
that's right.
Right. I'm
Lenny's
sorry.
still getting a kickback from that.
You can't plug that in. You need a union electrician to plug that in for you.
Look, I just think if you have
Janice
friends like
Center, man.
that, that's not the best friends to have when you're running an election, right? That's just not the way.
So
to
to
be.
fix our cameras tonight,
Yes.
that Amanda and Blake were working so hard on, would have cost $60,000 just for them to because they disconnected like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I'm charged. My idea of shifting the one camera, I'm sending a Pete a bill for 20 grand tomorrow. Just kidding, Pete. 25. No, it's just kind of, I don't know. I thought that was really in bad taste. It shows that it's about the money,
Right.
instead about really, if you truly
always
love a
about
cause, you're going to give to that cause.
Right.
Yeah.
If you got to get paid to give to that cause, I'm not so sure you're not just full of shit. So sorry, I just had to say that.
Yeah, no.
They're with their
that's it.
algorithm.
Nah, I don't care. I don't care. We're on Rumble and we love Rumble.
One of these days you'll explain this algorithm thing to me because
You wouldn't understand it, so it's okay.
all right, yeah, but I'm the one who keeps messing it up.
Yes.
so
So I have to ask this question of the only young male voter in the room.
Ask away.
How could your generation screw this up so bad for Democrats?
Yep.
You know them all. They're other young men just like you. How could you do this to the country, Blake Blevins?
Guess which candidate actually went to college football games? That's like most of my friends are college football fans, and they're just like, oh my God, Trump's there. So that's such and everyone.
Walls went to college football games.
Well,
It
he
just
wa- he
didn't
wa-
help.
Yeah.
He gave everyone the "you're number one" sign.
No, he went to the Minnesota Gophers. It's not even football.
Went to Alabama. The
letters
SEC
will
rules
come in.
everything.
So let me ask you, because
SEC wins.
I'm not on campus as much as you are, right? My thing is head to a job site now. What was the feel around campus last year, right? And this year, did you see more Trump supporters? Did you see just average college kids? Was there some indication to you that, okay, some of these colleges are going to break for Trump?
I think it definitely was like you already knew which groups of people were going to be voting for who on college campuses. I definitely thought there was a bit more vocality for Trump than like the last time I was on campus for election 2020. So
Yeah, Flagler's fairly conservative compared to a lot of other,
yeah.
a lot of other campuses.
We do have a Democratic student union though, and they were not as like the one constant foresight like that I saw like promoting an election was Turning Point USA.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they were like constantly on our campus like once every month, I would say.
Okay.
See, I had lunch with my niece today, who is 24, I guess, give or take. She graduated Flagler 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, she just thinks, and I tend to agree with her, that a lot of people voted against their own best interest in this election. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance going on. And I think that's going to become very obvious in Michigan sooner than later for the Jill Stein backing Arab Americans who were pissed at Gaza, which is not going to be so Palestinian much longer.
So
That's just calling people stupid, though.
the definition
Well,
of
if the shoe
cognitive,
fits.
the definition of cognitive dissonance
Mhm.
is not looking in the mirror and realizing the things that you did gave no one a reason to vote for the current administration or the vice president of the current administration, including that group that you blame in Michigan. I told everybody on this show, Americans will forgive something 5-10 years, maybe down the road, probably sooner than that. When you're talking about a part of the world that's been fighting over that area for 6,000 years, 5,000 years, 2,000, whatever you want to say. Long time. Their memories are a little longer. And so when you expect them to forgive and forget and vote for a candidate who they feel like hasn't done anything for them, I said this on the first debate. Everyone said Harris won the debate. I said she lost the election because she said Israel has a right to exist and defend itself. And there were people in the Muslim community, Palestinians, who disagree with that and disagree with how that war was being fought and how the United States was supporting Israel, and that doomed her.
But my point on that is, do they expect it to get better for them with Donald Trump in office saying, go Israel, go? And I'm paraphrasing, but he's taking leashes off. Not
What
that there were
I
leashes
heard them
on.
saying was that between the two candidates, they didn't like the opinions of either one, but one of them was pro-war and one of them they saw as being anti-war. So they went with the anti-war option because they didn't like the opinions on Israel from either one.
I'm sort of not buying that, only in the fact that Trump is not going to stand in the way of Netanyahu, who is going to try to obliterate, Gaza.
But Lenny, you're saying I'm not buying that. And that's the cognitive dissonance, right? So I hope, I want the left to blame young male voters. I want them to blame any group identity-wise that they want to. Please don't look at the fact that your policies didn't work the last few years. Please do not look at the fact that inflation was raging under you. Don't look at any of that wars got worse around the world, that our standing got worse. Don't look at any of that. Just blame individual groups. It's a surefire way to not win again. Please do it. Don't look hard and deep. The Democrat Party hasn't had to do a deep dive inside itself since W1.
And here's my thoughts on it. And this has been going on for years and stuff like that. My thoughts on it: the Republican Party has a tendency, once they get power, they have a tendency to eat their own.
Yes,
and they fight amongst themselves, and then they forfeit the power back. The Democrats have a tendency to stick together through hell or high water, and sometimes that high water is the time you should be getting in the lifeboat and changing your policies. And the Democrats stick to that, good, bad, or indifferent. But the Republicans, like I said, Republicans have the ability to hold power for a long time if they don't screw it up right now. I mean, I think they're positioned in a way. I think Democrats will probably get the House back in 2 years, but I don't think the Senate's going anywhere.
We have a new PAC. We have a new PAC that's going to help us hold the House. Do you know who's funding that PAC?
Who's funding the PAC?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
The grown.
Now he's trotting himself over to Iran. So, you now have an unelected megalomaniac Bond villain taking over the government.
Is he a
Are we-
villain?
If it's just one this time, that's
wait,
improvement.
wait.
We've had so many.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about George Soros?
I gotta get Lenny in on this. How is Elon a villain? Tell me what makes him a villain.
He was a
in your
hero
mind?
4 years
His
ago.
accent.
I want
accent.
Lenny to answer that, because he's the one who called him a villain,
A Bond villain.
a Bond villain. How is he a villain?
His accent.
Well, that helps. Absolutely.
You got to have an accent to be a Bond villain. 100%.
He paid, and this thing about he's giving these tax breaks to billionaires, and that's the stupidest shit anyone says, and the Democrats always say that. Yeah, it's already gone. It's already gone. And when they say it in those ads, I just want to go, do the freaking math on it. Do the math. He's paying more taxes than 3 states.
Right. And how much is he getting from the federal government in contracts?
In contracts?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? How much is he paying to the federal government? It's not the amount that he's getting back. You might want to do the math on it, because I can tell you right now,
He's the single highest paying individual in the
He is
country.
the highest paying individual. And
He's also the wealthiest person in the world. So in this case, maybe
Well, how
the
does
tax
that make him a villain?
maybe the tax system works. It has nothing to do with how much he pays in taxes. It's how he's consolidating power. He's going to be controlling everything. How he, as a private citizen, is wading in and wandering into Iran to talk to them over there about their nuclear power.
Do you want a nuclear war or do you want it resolved? Did you have any problem with Dennis Rodman going to North Korea?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, at least you're consistent.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes.
I had a problem with Rodman going. He can't spell cat if you give him the C and the T. I have a problem. Elon Musk is
But
smart.
Carmen Electra really liked him.
Yeah. She liked cartoons. But I don't understand.
Where's the hair? It had to have
calling
been
a
the
guy
hair.
who was willing to take many risks in his life,
Right.
and is the government paying him to go to Iran?
No, he's going by himself. But when the power
the
consolidates
government
people,
would pay
Who's
to go to
paying
Iran?
him for
Would be-
Starlink for Ukraine?
nobody. And let's
Okay.
see how long he keeps giving it to him.
Who's paying him for Starlink for all of the hurricane victims in North Carolina?
Again, very nice of him. But let's see how long he
You
keeps.
called him a Bond villain.
A Bond villain. I don't know how many Bond villains would do such a thing.
Philanthropist in the world.
And when
You called him a Bond villain.
And when Starlink gets turned off in Ukraine to end the war, you may have peace, but you have no Ukraine.
I'm
You
gonna.
got to draw your line.
Okay, you think Ukraine is in better shape
Ukraine's
With Trump-
a dust bowl.
with Trump or with Kamala? You think Kamala would have done something about Ukraine? They haven't done anything of any significance with Putin at all.
Yeah.
You know how you get Putin? You attack his oil. By attacking his oil, you make our oil less expensive, and it makes the rest of the world less expensive, and that weakens the Russians' power throughout the world.
Right. And attacking his oil by doing what?
Fracking.
Okay.
By producing more of our oil and selling it.
Because I know where you're at with fracking too. All right, tell me what.
No. I'm just saying that, you know, we I don't live in Oklahoma,
Does the
but the
whole
land of the
Bollox
earthquake.
show go like this, Blake?
No, it
No.
doesn't. So
We're having drinks and chill on that one.
We have softer topics, man.
But he called him a bond villain who's the
He's
biggest.
not a
somehow a
I will
haunted
be-
chair
He's the biggest philanthropist
is
in the entire
Wait.
world.
I will be
I
I wanna
born
hear-
out in years. And by
So-
the way, and the Russian oil thing, sanctions don't work. Russia's selling their oil. China's buying
That's why
it.
you
India's
have-
buying
Amanda,
it.
don't interrupt.
If
This
we
is great.
produce our
Wants to do the war.
own, if we produce our
Yeah.
own and flood the market and lower the cost of oil, then it hurts Putin.
Yeah,
Okay.
it crushes their economy. It happened the first time Trump was there. It's going to happen again. And that's
Lenny,
the only way
let's
you can
bet
keep
lunch
them-
on this. Trump solves it in the first 6 months. There's peace in the Ukraine. You want to
okay.
take the bet or not?
Sure.
Okay, 6 months he's got.
I get to eat one way or the other.
I give him 10.
Yeah, I give him 6
Wait, hold on.
months.
Does it matter which way the
Peace. Peace. They're
which
not
way,
in,
though?
not
You
in
just said
hostilities
peace.
anymore. I just said peace.
Right. We're not talking about we're not talking about repatriation or seizing
They're-
land.
they're-
Just-
the
just
Ukrainians are losing
shooting,
land.
stopping.
There's
Yeah.
no way they're losing land.
correct.
Yeah, they're losing.
Yeah.
The Russians gave the Biden administration a proposal. We keep the Russian areas. We
Right.
keep the warm water port.
Keep
Biden
peace.
said no. The way it stands right now, the best deal the Ukrainians would have gotten was that deal.
And that's probably why
And
it's
the
gonna end up being
Biden
as well.
administration said no. And they're not. The Russians aren't going to give that back after what it cost them to get it.
Yeah, no.
So,
You know, the eastern Ukraine is going to be Russia. So,
all right, 6 months.
got it.
I'm putting in the book of bets.
No
Lunch. I'm going to enjoy going to lunch with
No
you.
fights.
Absolutely.
Huh?
That's like saying there's no fight. It's always going to be fighting.
The war for the.
I think this one's along the same lines of our bet that you said Obama would be sticking his nose into the administration, and he wrote a letter or something. You're like, see, told you, Obama stayed out of Trump's way when he was president.
Bullshit.
He did. He
Bullshit.
100% did.
Amanda,
What?
are you with me on this?
Of course, she's with you. That's
Amanda?
the Trump world. You guys live in this delusional Trump world.
Barack
Just like
Obama
he lives in this
never
delusional
quit.
liberal world. It's one in the middle. that's gotta
He did
keep us
he
straight.
did more to subvert Trump
You're the
than
liberal.
anybody
Oh,
else.
come
So,
on.
All right, there's room at our long table for you, Blake. Don't you worry.
You guys are. We got
You know
more
who
stuff.
loves long tables?
Yeah.
Putin. Every picture, he's sitting at the longest table you've ever
As
seen.
far away from anybody as he can.
Because he looks tall.
Because he's paranoid that somebody will sneeze on him. He knows
All
how
right.
those little umbrella pokes work.
let's have some more fun. Let's do some trivia. We haven't done
All right.
trivia in a couple weeks. I haven't been with you guys.
The topics are Bond villains.
Bond villains. Number one, Bond villains.
All I have to say is I will be born out.
I-
That's all I'm saying. The man's brilliant, but scary.
I have to tell you this. It's been really difficult to find trivia questions as the election got nearer and nearer and nearer because we're all watching it. You're all kind of reading the same things. Finally, today, there's some questions that are about the elections, around the elections, reactions to the elections that actually are fun questions to kind of go into. So it's the first time in like weeks I've been like, okay, these aren't bad, right? All right, question number one, Donald Trump, right? According to AI recognizes images and the name President Trump so much that the phenomenon is referred to as what? It's actually a phenomenon within AI because Donald Trump's name has been everywhere in social media and questions and, you know, this on both sides, right? So what is the phenomenon referred to where AI has recognized Donald Trump?
Bless you.
I'm just going to go Trumpification. How about that? Nope, wrong camera.
I'll go Trumpified.
I'll go orange.
Orange. Trumpification.
It's called the Donald Trump neuron.
Neuron.
The
Neuron.
Donald Trump neuron is the fact
Look,
that
we have
AI.
confirmed there is one. Ha!
Wait a second. But didn't
It's not living.
but didn't the Bond villain implant that?
Uh,
Isn't that how that works?
Neuralink.
Yeah.
Neuralink. All right.
Such a stretch.
He is the AI.
He is the AI.
I want to help
He is the AI.
him.
All right. So for those Americans that are having a hard time with President Trump's 4 years that are coming as president, a cruise line has offered a 4-year holiday from Trump's presidency. You can be on the cruise ship for 4 years, go to all 7 continents, including Antarctica. All of them you can
go
go
on this
to.
cruise, and I'm happy about the
right.
election.
I'm not staying on a cruise.
So-
Whole family.
They
I
tend
can't
to not
stand it
work
for
out
4
well.
days.
What are they charging to be on this around the world cruise for 4 years, Troy Blevins?
For 4 years.
4 years.
I saw a 1-year cruise that seemed very cheap to me, and it was like 40,000. So I'm gonna go 160,000 and just times it by 4.
$1 million.
$47,000.
47,000. What?
4,700,000. From 470,000.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what the?
I knew what he meant, old man. I got him.
What I said.
It was a
What you
number.
said was
It was a
not-
4 and a 7 and 4 zeros.
4,700.
I got it. I fully got it.
407.
I understood. There's a lot of things that you say that don't make sense, and I get those
With all
too.
the jokes in the text group yesterday about spelling potatoes, I'm just going to refer back to that. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go
Is that how I spell potato?
It's when you make it
Six.
plural. Is when it gets.
690,000.
They're
690,000.
all spread out pretty good.
Okay, y'all are spread out. The actual cost of the cruise, $255,999.
Wow.
Troy Blevins
for
with a point on the board. It's
Almost
not a
free.
bad price for the
Well,
cruise.
For 4 years?
I saw the one for 1 year, and it was literally for 340 something days, and it was just over 40,000. I mean, you could obviously do the upgrade.
Wait,
Well, here's the note at the bottom. Tickets are actually start at $40,000 a year. You're dead on the money. It's like you 100% got that. Okay. Lenny,
Yes, sir.
if you wanted to leave,
69.
if you wanted to leave the country, there's been a consensus list ranked by reviewers on study finds of the 7 best countries to leave America and move to.
Okay.
All right.
To
So,
answer correctly or to troll answer?
you have to kind of guess. So
7 countries.
if anybody gets the number 1 country, I'll give you 2 points. The other 6 countries are all worth 1. We'll go around once, and I'll tell you if anybody got one. So
Portugal.
Canada.
I keep forgetting that Canada's there.
So do Canadians. I'm going to go with Finland.
Denmark.
all right. That's the first round around. You guys want to take one more guess apiece, then I'll tell you the 7?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Lenny.
Italy.
That was mine.
Ooh, I'm not sure this one's going to be too
They're
far.
giving money away to move there
Mm-hmm.
to Italy.
Mm.
I'm trying to think about getting a.
I mean,
I'm going to say
They need
passport.
breeders, though.
if you're a Democrat, that's pretty much what you get. Right?
They need breeders, though.
I'm going to say
I'm out.
I volunteer.
Japan.
Reverse.
Japan. Amanda.
First.
Immigration policy in Japan, no chance. I'm going to go with. I'm going to stay in the Nordic countries. I'm going to say Sweden.
All right, Troy, for the last pick before we reveal the 7 countries.
All right.
Zimbabwe?
The 2 I had was Italy and Sweden. Were
Mhm.
my other ones. So I don't think it's. There's a lot of Americans that live in Costa Rica.
Tonga.
Trinidad and Tobago's nice this time of year.
South Sudan.
I'm going to go completely off the list, and I'm going to go Australia.
Australia.
Wait, no. Can I change it?
Yeah.
New Zealand.
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Okay,
Ooh.
they're all tough on immigration, though.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to go bottom to the top, right? We are allowed to make comments about these. Number 7, Mexico. If you're leaving the United States to
Wait.
go to Mexico and live there permanently,
But I thought
a nice
Mexico is
day.
so bad that just existing in Mexico makes you an asylum seeker.
Your money goes a long way in
Right.
Mexico.
all right, so Mexico
You
is
can
number
take a
7.
really nice
That's
vacation.
assuming you
San-
survive
San
the
Miguel de
cartels.
Allende.
Mm-hmm.
The cartels in certain regions you stay out of.
Right.
All right,
Mexico is a great place to visit.
number 6, Singapore.
Ooh,
Okay.
That one I
don't
get.
bring your weed though.
That's
I
a little,
guess.
that's a little rigid. Yeah,
You better
exactly.
like caning.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
Don't spit.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to work for some of them.
Right. All right.
That's not a boy.
South Korea, number 5.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
I'm
A
not.
lot of Asia.
Don't.
So far,
A lot of language
there's
barriers.
nowhere on that list that I'm like, hey, I want to move
Right,
to.
exactly.
Well, and there's 0 points for us so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so far, that's what I'm
Number
thinking.
4, Costa Rica. You had it and you blew it.
There's so many Americans there. It was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Number 3, Canada. Blake gets a point.
it's on the board.
Yep.
Nice, Blake.
Number 2, Spain.
Spain.
Ooh.
Spain.
Headed there in
Hey,
December.
if you're not a tourist, they'll take you.
Yes.
If you're a tourist, they don't want you.
And number 1, and someone got 2 points for this. Lenny has vaulted himself in the lead with Portugal.
Baby.
Portugal. First answer out the gate was the right answer.
Right on.
Congrats.
So, congrats to Lenny. All right, now,
Lisbon.
Lisbon. All right. So, which Hollywood celebrity, big Kamala Harris backer, has actually left the United States? She has a home in Mexico and another one in Spain. Don't know
What you
where she
looking
is
at,
moved to.
bud?
She is
you looking
left. She has left the country.
This is
Is he
a
trying to sneak
Blake
in?
Blevins.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
heck yeah.
He
paid
was
or unpaid
craning.
supporter.
Is it?
We don't have all of her
Okay,
filings
Blake,
yet
you
to
go
know.
first.
All right, Kathy Griffin.
She's still alive?
You said houses
thought you
in
said
Mexico
celebrity.
and where?
Spain.
I don't think she can afford 2 houses.
Yeah, she no. She
I
can't
saw her
afford.
live, by the way. She was really funny. Believe it or
Yeah.
not.
She can't afford 2
I
apartments.
got free
I'm
tickets.
going to say, just going on the location, Eva Longoria.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm going to go with, just because I like the image of her in my head, I'm going to go with Selma Hayek.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
no
she's
matter
lived
what-
here for a long time.
right,
No
she's
matter
married to
what,
some bajillionaire.
It still makes me think of her. So
I
I'm
see
good.
her happy.
I'm good if I get it wrong.
Yeah, I was thinking about her too, but I think she's married to
I'm still
some
thinking about
some German or Austrian
It's some
bajillionaire.
super
Yeah, rich guy.
corrupted guy.
I'm going with
She
Eva
can afford
Longoria
2
as
houses.
well.
To maintain the lead and to get in the race tonight, Eva Longoria for the points for Lenny and Amanda.
Yep.
All right. I decided
I thought
that
she was dating the French dude. Or
No, she's married.
okay.
She was married to a French dude.
Yeah.
He was the basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parker.
But I don't think
Oh no.
I don't think
Yeah,
they're married
yeah. There
anymore.
was some
Well, they're not married
shenanigans
anymore.
with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
By her or him?
Him,
Okay.
as usual.
a sports ball player cheated on his wife.
What?
All right.
We're talking movie stars. Too.
So-
Yeah.
Right.
Working
California.
on a teammate's
Only
wife.
thing worse is a politician.
You're way behind. You keep talking. You're way behind. Just keep talking.
I got the first point. So I'm good.
Yes. All right. So California enacted a new tax. They passed it at the ballot. It increases the price of gas by how much a gallon just for this tax. Californians self-imposed this tax on themselves. What's the dollar amount?
I hate
The dollar
everything
amount,
in
Per-
not
it.
per
the
gallon.
percentage,
The,
dollar
the
amount.
dollar per gallon additional tax to
It's
them.
me.
I think it's you first.
I'm just gonna go with the meme. 69 cents per gallon.
I'm going to go 39 cents per gallon.
35. That's California, though. They're a weird
70
state, man.
cents.
You went
Dang
on the
it,
high
you.
side. You went on the high side.
So it is really close. Lenny always goes like for the whatever the most good answer for the liberals are. Lenny is right there all the time. Right? They would only raise it.
I'm
They would
consistent.
only raise it by 35 cents. I know them. They're good people out there. There's some very good people. The actual answer is 50 cents.
Okay.
You are
39.
closest at 11. So
Doggone it.
50-cent increase in a gallon, which means you're paying $10 more in a 20-gallon tank every single time you
And it's some
go.
of the highest gas in the country to begin
Already,
with.
already.
Yeah.
I guess they figured who would notice 50 cents more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you're already paying $8 a gallon. Who
was
would
it-
notice?
Everyone's
Steve,
driving electric.
no, it was one of the late night comedians, Steve Colbert, I think, said that he would pay $50 a gallon if it meant the environment was in better shape. It's like, okay, great. That kills half the country minimum.
Well, if I got paid as much as he did, I'd pay $50 a gallon too, or I'd have somebody drive me.
No,
Well,
you
he-
wouldn't. No, you
he's-
wouldn't.
he's not-
No, you wouldn't. No, no. I'm calling no.
Right.
No,
Even if you're
no.
making that money.
So $50 a gallon times 20 gallons. Blake, do the math on that. It's
Thank you.
$1,000 every time you fill
fill
up.
it up.
Just to fill up. No, you're not going to do
No.
that. No. You're moving.
Even with his money.
You know where you're moving? To the
Mexico.
great free state of Florida. That's where you're moving, Lenny. I know you. You've already done it once.
Hey, I can't find a warm blue state, so I'm stuck.
There's a reason for
New
that.
Mexico. Go to New Mexico.
Yeah, New
California's
Mexico.
warm and blue.
New Mexico's not bad. I like New Mexico. Taos is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Okay. So this is a study out of England. I didn't want you to think this was a study about Americans. It's a study about the English in the United Kingdom.
British.
So a study has found
They have bad teeth.
that
and bad
what percentage of people in England, the United Kingdom, are unable to change a light bulb?
What?
What percentage of people in England are unable to change a light bulb?
Son of a, I don't even want to, I don't want
That's
to
just
answer.
frightening on its face.
Just
don't
be
wanna
glad I
answer.
didn't ask you about Poland.
Here's
Well, we
here's
get in
what I
trouble
do
there
know.
with the algorithms.
I
Here's
know.
what I do know. If you went to Florida State, you know how many Florida State football players it took to change a light bulb?
Too many. How many?
No, it only took one, but they got 3 credit hours for it. So that was only on their bound.
Yes.
Um,
What percentage can't change a light bulb?
I'm gonna, gosh, I can't believe no one could change.
Come on.
Yes.
I don't. Whatever number it is too high, and I'm gonna say 26% can't change.
26,
Lenny?
30%.
30.
I mean,
If it's 5%, it's
Quit
too bad.
looking. Why are you looking?
I'm not fucking.
Okay,
7%.
7. I'm going to say 8%.
All right. This is crazy again. The closest one to the answer of 20% is Troy Blevins at
thank goodness for these
26%.
percentage questions.
20%.
26?
26.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It made me go high.
So here's another one asked a different way. What percentage said they could change a flat tire? What percentage said they could change a flat tire? You and Troy are tied. This is important.
Uh-oh. 30%. I'll stick with my number.
That can change a flat tire.
6.9%.
That can. I'm going 69%.
They can change it.
We have a lot of
Where are you,
coverage.
where are you at? You're at 30?
I'm at 30 here.
Okay, you're at 30, you're at 6, you're at 7, basically. I'm gonna go 16%.
Only 16%. The actual answer is 37%. Only 37% said they could change a flat tire. That
They
means
can't change a light bulb, but they can change
those
a
competent
63% of people in England with a flat tire cannot change the tire.
Yeah, but I'm thinking,
And they're doing it in the dark, as a matter of fact, because they can't change a light bulb.
Do they believe in blinking
it's harder
fluid?
to change a flat tire than it is a light bulb.
Yes. I
Oh, yeah.
I completely
But there's
get that.
more occurrences of tires getting changed in movies than light bulbs.
I don't know.
No.
You never see a light bulb getting changed in a
There
movie, but
has
you do
been
see tires
some.
getting changed in TV shows and in movies.
Just in the longest yard, but that's because they did it to kill somebody.
Yeah. Yes. There's a few other numbers in here. What percentage felt confident unblocking a sink? 62% said they could do that. I'm calling BS on this. 65% of them said they could sew on a button. It's harder to sew on a
don't know
button
how
than it
to
is
sew on
to
a
change
button.
a tire.
But I think they have sewing in their education.
Yeah.
I bet you, I don't even think they could, thread a needle. If you can't change a light bulb, you can't thread a needle.
Yes.
If you can make babies, you can thread a needle.
Can
I
you?
wouldn't go with that.
Wait, hold on.
Why you got to be disparage? Why do you
I
have
don't
to
know.
disparage Englishmen?
Does
Yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
What's the birth rate in the UK?
Uh-huh.
See, it depends on whether you're upstairs or downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
If you're upstairs, you can't change a tire or a light bulb, but if you're downstairs, you can change a light bulb or a tire, or sew a button on.
All right, we're going to a subject that
I don't
only
understand
that,
that
that Greg Gutfeld
Upstairs.
will work into his show in the next couple of days. I promise you, this story will be on Gutfeld. What
You're the
percentage
only one that's gonna be able
of
to confirm that.
people who work in an office building say that they never poop in the office building?
What
They
percentage
hold it
says
till they go home.
they never poop?
They never poop in
All right,
the
are you
office
going?
building.
that was?
Is it me?
Yeah, because
that never poops.
They refuse to poop in the office. They'll hold it till they get home. What
That's
percentage
just
of workers?
poor money management. Get paid to poop. I'm gonna say
Yeah, you finish
Do it on
lunch.
company
You
time.
finish
There you
lunch.
go.
right?
You finish
Okay.
lunch. You're about 30 minutes in, and you're like,
Yeah.
bathroom break.
Drop a deuce on somebody else's dime. And if you
Take
clog
it
the
home.
toilet, there's a janitor at work.
And
Let's see.
65% of
There you go.
65% of England people can unclog it. Oh, that was the sink.
That was a sink. What percentage does poop in the office?
No, does not.
Does not
Does
poop
not.
in the
Will
office.
not poop in the office.
I'm gonna say 33% does not poop in the office.
I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to go 69% does not poop.
I left that open
Was
for
it
you.
American Pie? That called bad shit,
45.
Rick?
Yeah,
45%.
45.
Blake Blevins.
Ooh,
Now what are you looking at?
44%.
Look at what
44.
The actual answer is 19%.
they,
So
they do
they,
not
they
poop.
do not poop at the office.
right.
They will go home.
lowest?
I got a point! Yay!
You got a poop point.
I got a poop point.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
That stinks.
So we got about 2 or 3 minutes. The way it worked out, Blake still struggling to get on the board with 1 point. Amanda got 2. Troy 3, and continuing his streak when I am asking questions, the genius from the left, Lenny, with 4 points.
It's the only thing he's won all year.
Hey, they're still counting Pennsylvania. Mike and I were right on that one.
Listen, this it's ridiculous that some of these states can't count these votes faster. Some of it is they
California.
accept mail-in ballots for like 7 days.
Forever.
Look, if you can't get your damn ballot in the mail, it was mailed to you. You didn't even have to ask for it in California. You can't get it back in 7 days. That's BS. All right. Bollox tonight, what do you gentlemen have for us in a very friendly, non-argumentative show?
It will be. It will be. 'Cause
Yes.
We're talking about haunted cities.
Mm-hmm.
Haunted cities. And there's a lot of fun ones. And St. Augustine obviously has some great spots. So-
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course, it
Haunted
would
cities.
coincide with eating and drinking establishments as well.
And Blake, while they are putting you to sleep, what will you be doing?
Jeez. Okay.
And all our fans were taking a nap during this show.
I know.
they're pre-gaming.
They're pre-gaming. Do you ever look at social media while they're talking?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just curiosity.
Plus a little bit of hard rock bet as well to see what tonight's Thursday night football games lines are.
Okay.
Washington's getting 4.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, Mike Lewis is not counting viewers. Yes, Mike Lewis does not worry about those things. As long as Kathy's here, as long as we got some other people, I don't really care what Facebook says. We're having fun. We're just having fun. Listen, I know this. More people watch me than Chris Wallace. All right. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Tune into the morning show when maybe the cameras will work.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
And
see.
the Bollox. Check out the Bollox.